Hi everybody, welcome back. We are taking a look at Standard of Excellence for alto saxophone, and we are on page 7. So if you look at the yellow boxes on the top of that page, we have a new kind of note. It's a half note. It looks kind of like the whole notes we've been playing, but there's a little stem hanging down from it. And if it's going down, you'll see it on the left side, or it might go up and be on the right side. But either way, that's still a half note. And if a whole note is 4 beats, a half note is 2 beats. Kind of makes sense, right? It's half of a whole note. So we're going to count those for 2 beats. And remember, the whole rest was that little box that was hanging down from the line. Well, the half rest looks very much like it, but it's a little rest that sits on top of the line. And the way I like to think about that is the half rest is only 2 beats, so it's lighter, so it sits on top of the line, but the whole rest is heavy, so it hangs down with all 4 beats there. So that's the way I like to think about it. So we have half notes and half rests now, in addition to the whole notes and whole rests. Now the other thing you see there, breath mark. Looks like an apostrophe, right? And all that means is that's a great place to take a breath. So you want to try to take a breath there if you can. You know, if you need air and you don't see a breath mark, you can always sneak one in if you have to, but I'd really try to breathe just where you see those breath marks if they're on a piece, because it is how the person who wrote the piece has intended it to be played. And it can, be good work on getting longer and longer notes and phrases being able to be played if you can get through it all and being efficient with your air and taking a deep enough breath, for sure, as it says right under number 8 there. So let's do a breath of fresh air. That's going to have no half notes yet, but it does have breath marks. So let's make sure to stick to those breath marks. And if you're on a rest, you can always breathe then too. Here we go. Number 8, breath of fresh air. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 2, 3, 4. And the end. Now what I'd say, try not to lose the beat when you take that breath. It means you just have to shave a little bit off of the whole note. You don't play it for the full 4 beats, but you still want to be ba, ba. So you just sneak a quick breath in there, still a deep breath, but a quick. It's like if you were swimming underwater and when you come up and you need air and you go and suck a lot of air in so that you can go back to swimming. So let's do number 9. Same thing and more practice with those breath marks. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's the end of that one. Let's do number 10. Same thing, we're practicing breath marks and breathing in the spot that's marked. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So that is a great way to practice breath marks. So make sure you're getting those in. If you need to circle them, that's something I do all the time, and it helps me notice that they're there. Anytime you're writing in your music, I will always use a pencil, not a pen, because I might change my mind and do something different. But it's okay to write in your music. It's okay to write if you need to remember a note name, or if you keep missing something and you want to write a little, hey, don't forget this. I do that in all my music. It's one of the ways that I make sure that if something is tripping me up, that I don't continue to make that mistake, and I put in little reminders and stuff like that. But I always use pencil so that you can erase it when you don't need it anymore, or if you change something. Okay, number 11, we're going to use half notes. So remember, the half note is open in the middle but has a little stem down from it, and that's 2 beats. And the half rest is also 2 beats, so we make sure we count those out loud just like we were with the whole rest. Let's give it a try. Half the price, number 11. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, rest. Rest, rest. Rest, rest. Rest, rest. All right. So that's another one. If you are having a hard time with any counting stuff, you can clap through it too as well. So number 11, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, rest, rest, 1, and so on and so forth. Or you can sing it. And then when you pick up your saxophone and go to play it, you'll already have the notes and rhythms in your head a little bit better. So that's something I do if something gets a little tricky for me. All right, let's do number 12, Cardiff by the Sea. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, rest. All right, so make sure you got the notes, the rests, and that breath mark. This is kind of putting it all together and testing all that stuff. And make sure, give it a try. And if you need to slow things down ever, go ahead and play it slower. It's way better to play it slower but perfect than to rush through it and make mistakes, because then you kind of just learn the mistakes and it's hard to unlearn the mistakes. Number 13 is a duet. So a duet is something written for two players to play and your parts complement each other. Now this is a great reason that having that really steady pulse is going to be important, because when you're playing with another player, you want to stay together and keep it moving, and it's much easier to stay together if you're both keeping that really steady pulse. So for this one, let's play it together. If you don't have your saxophone in front of you, grab it out and let's play together. Let's start. I'm going to play line A and you play line B, and we'll play them together. And if we keep our time together, it should sound pretty cool. We'll make some fun harmonies. Here we go. I'm on A, you're on B, and then we'll switch. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, rest. Rest, rest, done. All right. Hopefully that stuck together. But if it didn't, back up the video and keep giving it a try until we can keep that steady pulse going. Number 13 again. Now this time I would like you to play A, I will play B. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, rest. Rest, rest, done. All right, hopefully that went well. Again, same as the first one. If you need to give it a few tries, give it a few tries and listen to make sure. We haven't talked a lot about intonation, but saxophone's very flexible. So with where my jaw is and how I'm blowing, I'm going to be able to get a little higher or lower just through the embouchure. So try to, when you're playing with me, try to match in the way that fits my note the most. And this will take a while. Intonation is something that I still work on, and I've been playing for a lot of years. But try to match it as close as you can and try to make it sound as pleasant and as in tune as possible. And just be thinking about it. And with time, that'll start to come. Don't worry if it doesn't at first. You're just getting started, and there's a lot of things to absorb. So you'll get there. All right, let's finish up this page with number 14, Go for Excellence. Ready? All right, 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, rest. Rest, rest. Rest, 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 rest. All right, so that one kind of changed up some rhythms. Again, clap through it if you had any trouble with any of the rhythms. But otherwise, we have finished page 7. Hooray! So in the next video, we'll start in with page 8. But otherwise, have a great day. We'll talk to you next time. Thanks.